There's a form of birth control called Mirena, and it's shaped like a T, and it goes in the uterus. If you don't know what the uterus is, it would benefit you greatly to Google it. God kept showing me ads and articles on social media of women whose IUD traveled through their body and caused problems. Some women even had to get their leg amputated. And it was feeling like God was talking to me at the time. And so before that, I kept on having cramps, and I kept on having the urge to want to get this IUD out of me. And then that's when God started showing me the ads. So I made an appointment to get it taken out. And she couldn't find the string, so I had to get surgery to get it taken out. I had to get an ultrasound for them to find where it was at, and then I had to get surgery to get it taken out. It was stuck inside of my uterus. I have been on birth control since I was 14 years old. I got pregnant when I was 13 and had my daughter when I was 14 and have been on birth control ever since. Immediately after I got that surgery, I realized that I did not trust any man with my body, and I was not going to play with my body because men don't take it seriously. They think it's funny. They try to trap women. They're used to paying for abortions and Plan Bs and all of these things, and I wasn't taking any Plan Bs. I wasn't getting any abortions. I wasn't having another baby for anyone, and I definitely was not going to give my baby up for adoption. And so I said, I am going to refrain from having sex until a man cares about more than my body, because at that time I had been in a 4-year cycle of having sex with 3 of my exes because I did not want to add any new people to my list of people that I had sex with. And I was tired of going through that. And it felt like they didn't care more about my body because after a certain amount of time, we would only connect to have sex. And so I got fed up with that cycle, and I was ready for something different because I always wanted love in a real relationship, but somehow I end up settling for just sex. And I wasn't willing to settle anymore. So I said, I'm not going to have sex again until the man cares about more than my body. And I said, well, if he cares about more than my body, then we need to be in a relationship. So I said, I'm not going to have sex again until we are in a relationship. Then I said, I'm too old to just be having a boyfriend. That year I was turning 30. I was going to be 30 the next month. So I said, no, that boyfriend needs to be my husband. So then I said I wasn't going to have sex until I knew who my husband was. And so that is how I decided to refrain from having sex. And it has been an easy journey for me because I value myself. And now, deeper than me valuing myself, I understand the spiritual things that go on when we have sex. We connect to generational curses and demons that are going through this person's lineage, and everyone connected to everyone they ever had sex with. This is why people start picking up characteristics. This is why people have soul ties, or they can't stop thinking about the person, or where they constantly can't grow from that area in their life. And so you have to get serious about it. The thing is, I said, I am always going to have the urge to have sex, but how many times am I going to keep fulfilling that urge and neglecting my emotions? and neglecting the respect and care and love that I know that I deserve. So it didn't matter how much I missed sex or how aroused I got. I was not willing to let that allow me to jeopardize my health in any way any longer. And so that's the point that people have to get to. The desire cannot be bigger than the respect. And it's really that simple. Life is very, very simple when you understand the foundations of God and keep God first. Because when you say but to things that are connected to God, that means you are idolizing and worshiping those things and people. When you can't let go of a person, place, or thing, when the sex just feels too good, when you just love them so much, that means you are making that person your God, because you're telling God, I know you said this, but I'm not going to do it because I love this feeling. I love this person. And it's really heartbreaking because millions of us have been in that place. And this is why people get hurt so much, and that's the only time that they change, because they either don't care or they ignore it. I am here to assist you with this phase in your life and any other phase in your life that you would like to evolve beyond. I am a spiritual advisor. The details of what I address is in the description area, as well as my email address for you to schedule the appointment. My sessions start at $45. I thank you for listening to this testimony, because the Bible says that we are healed through the power of our testimony. And in this era, it is not common to see women care about their bodies and respect their bodies. And I will remain that example for the world, because I love God, because I love myself, because I respect my purpose, and because I love being the best version of myself. And having unwed sex is not being the best version of myself. It's being very disrespectful. It's allowing me to open myself up to demons. It's going to cause mental and emotional hurt, and have to lead me to have to go through therapy and counseling and things of that nature, and have to get delivered from literally storing things inside of me that came from people that I was not supposed to allow into my body. I love you, and most importantly, God does too.